are we seeing the beginning of the end of this Barcelona dominant era?
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Whenever stories like this drop, I always want to go to the main source. So when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, cool. I get, the on Twitter, because actually I first saw it via Bleacher Report. I didn't know what news source to get it from, but I said, no, let me go to the source. So I went to Barcelona's official site, but I told you, Football Espana, that's where I'm at. Like literally every morning, I have Football Espana as my saved bookmark on Twitter, and I always go through their news. Great, one of the great Twitter thingies. So I went onto them, and 4 months. 4 months. This is huge. This is huge because this could have serious ramifications not only for the league, but for the Champions League. For the Champions League. I said, look, I almost went into Ebonics there, but okay. So for the league and the Champions League, man, So we're gonna delve into this deep because look, basically tonight's hangout is gonna be deep because tonight's hangout we'll have to talk Spanish Super Cup, really look what happens in football, and I think we'll have to have a huge, massive discussion as to what could happen in Barcelona. But let me just do it with myself individually before I bring the boys on tonight's Sunday hangout. They have to get a replacement because we know that Griezmann is a high goal scorer. Is it Alena? You already loaned him out. Who else is a prominent finisher? You want Messi to just score? So you want Messi to score 50 Gs all by himself? This is serious because, the Cannibal was iffy in the Champions League, but he was still at least the main goal scorer in La Liga. Because, who do they get? Look, this is just literally, I've actually been sleeping like Sunday. I've been sleeping before I do some videos and everything and upload, so I wanted to get my rest. So this is just off the dome. Timo Werner is rumored, but I think the Timo Werner and Liverpool links are strong. When you're looking at the strikers that are out there, are you going to get Aguero? Are you going to get Harry Kane? Are you going to get Lewandowski? Are Barcelona going to now ramp up their interest in trying to bring in Aubameyang and try and unsettle him at Arsenal? Who else is there? Because you have to look at, because it's not only the strikers, it's the type of striker they want. So Harry Kane isn't really the kind of type of striker they want. See, a Jesus would be a quality striker for them to get. You ain't getting Jesus. Okay, he is fully in for Man City. So, because 100% right now, if it's 4 months out, Barcelona have to now really look into the January window and be like, no, we need a striker. They've already been struggling with the Cannibal Suarez in La Liga. Without him, Messi will be like, what? Yeah, I know I could do crazy things. So I now have to create, play, make, deliver babies, bake the house, cook the house, hold down the block, hold down the streets, be the bodyguard, make sure that the VIP club is popping off and score Gs. And if you're Uncle Ernie, aka Valverde, you're like, bruh, what do you do? If you're Valverde? Oopsie. If you're Valverde, what do you do? Because it's like, where are the goals? Where are the other goal scorers? I will repeat myself. Ansu Fati is still a youngin. Griezmann is not a high volume goal scorer. Because the whole thing was, okay, because remember, the discussion was what's called Griezmann, Messi, and the Cannibal. Okay, how good could that three be? And as we've seen, not so good, but maybe they could have really popped off and really honed in their talents in the Champions League. But when you now remove Cannibal out of that equation, because we'll discuss this in the Hangouts. But I'm seeing very strong signs. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because it's too reactionary, and We need to see how this January window goes because Barcelona could just get an amazing striker out of nowhere. They could be walking and just walk the magic because there's still a long. We still have a lot of January left to go, so they could still get a really big time striker. But all I'm saying is this, because I believe that the universe shows you things and shows you signs. When you just look at how much Barcelona struggled, you look at how the way they lost to Liverpool. People talking about Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets getting older, Piqué getting older, losing out on getting De Ligt. Now 4-month injury of Cannibal. Race against her to find a replacement striker. I'll put it out there, and then we'll discuss from the hank. I'll put it out there. Are we seeing the beginning of the end of this Barcelona dominant era that began in 2008? Oh, sorry, that began in 2009. That's what I'm saying. Are we seeing like this really is the end of an era that is going to be fully given a full stop when this will be fully given a full stop when Messi leaves, because see now that's a different bag. I mean, there are so many aspects to cover here, to cover here, because as I've said so many times before, Bartomeu and the board, do you have a plan for when Messi leaves? Because I'll say this, I've already talked about Messi internationally and all that kind of stuff. He is the greatest club football player of all time. And there will never be a greater player that Barcelona will ever have. Fact. So we are lucky that we're living in a lifetime where we have seen the greatest club football player of all time. I don't think, who knows how long the earth will be going, but we will ever see in our lifetime a player of the consistency of Messi. It will never happen. He redefined how consistent a player could be playing at the high level. Redefined it, smashed it. But you're just looking at the signs now, because I'll be real with you, like guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about like who realistically. I'm being real, not about I can get this, or how could he fit in? Use your brains. Realistically, in this window, what striker could Barcelona get? Quality striker. They got Kevin Prince Boateng. How did that turn out? How did that turn out when they got Kevin Prince Boateng? So realistically, which striker could I get? Because that's why what shocked me was 4 months season goes ago. Because remember, that's February, March. Oh my God! So say that's February, March, April, May. So basically, season gone. So Cannibal is out for the season. So when I saw, I was like, you need a replacement striker. You guys don't have a striker. Because Messi isn't a striker. Because this was the issue of last season. Messi's like, yeah, I can do all the workload. I want to be the central midfielder, the playmaker, the instigator, the pointsman, the assister, and the goal scorer. I can be all those things. But to expect me to produce this every single game is insane. Which is why when people put the blame on Messi, like BDK and all those people are claiming Laessi, I laugh at everything because it's joking, but serious, like, if we're being serious, Messi was the last man to blame for that whole Liverpool debacle. That thing was about Valverde, Piqué, Busquets, Coutinho, and so forth. A lot of players who just played horribly and just folded. There's the thing about Alba crying at halftime. So there's that of this. But the issue here is that because if you're Messi, this is now we're getting to the real source. What is Messi thinking now? Because in Messi's mind, he was like, bro, man, look at how much stuff I did and I got no help. I busted my balls. And I deservedly was given World Player of the Year, busting my flipping balls. And what help did I get? So now I'm like, I'm still busting my balls again, but maybe me and Cannibal can run. And we saw in the last few games, the Cannibal was getting some nice key goals. So what's called, I think the last La Liga, the game against Espanyol or something, he either got the goal or got an assist. But he was playing. He was actually, okay, now this is now going back to the back. Kind of ball. So when I remove kind of Suarez out of the picture, and Messi is looking, Griezmann to my right, Ansu Fati to my left, Vidal, Frankie De Jong. How are we supposed to struggle? Because I'll keep it real. If you're Real Madrid, you're licking your lips. That's what we're saying. Oh, man, this is amazing. Because now all eyes are on who will Barcelona get this win. Okay, let me be real. Okay, all eyes are on who Barcelona get this window. Let's play hypothetics. If Barcelona do not get a striker this window and Real Madrid do not win La Liga, I'm inducting the badge. Barcelona, they will still beat Napoli without the Carnival. Beyond that, no way. No. So if they don't get a striker this month and they go into the Champions League, they will beat Napoli without the Carnival. Yeah, I think they have enough players to beat Napoli because Napoli on that gut is not happening. Barcelona without a out-and-out striker, I don't think they can beat Bayern. They are not sniffing Liverpool. They're not sniffing PSG. They're not sniffing Juventus. No. So I'm just saying, is this the beginning of the end of the Barcelona era that began in 2009? See you guys on Sunday Hangout. Remember to subscribe, remember to like the vid, remember to join up and become a Football Hut member right down below. We need to talk.